We have a traffic alert for you this morning. There's a reason you don't see any cars going through this part of the interstate right now. We'll explain what's happening in a live report.
We've got showers across the area. Some of them are producing some pretty decent rainfall for you folks in Clay and Nicholas County. We'll talk about that and what's on tap for Friday Night Football. As 13 News this morning starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Kane.
And I'm Courtney Khondabi. This is 13 News this morning, and we do have a traffic alert for you this morning. A multi-car accident has closed a major roadway right now.
13 News reporter Lisa Robbins is following the story for us. She joins us live now with the latest developments. Lisa?
Jack, Courtney, good morning. We're live here on the Nitro St. Albans Bridge, and as you can tell, there are no cars traveling through the eastbound lanes, and that's because of this multi-vehicle accident that just happened about an hour ago. This bridge will be shut down until further notice. Traffic is backed up for miles, so if you can avoid this area at all, try to do so. Now, we want to show you what's actually the source of this accident. So police tell us that this huge piece of steel that you are looking at was laying in the middle of I-64. This Tucson Hyundai SUV actually hit this piece of steel. Now, there's a couple of cars that are stopped back there on the interstate right on the bridge. They were trying to stop for this car when they also rear-ended each other. There's another car involved at Walmart that also hit this piece of steel. There are flat tires, just a huge mess right now on the bridge. One person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries, but the main thing right now is that the eastbound lanes of I-64 on the Nitro St. Albans Bridge shut down until further notice. We will be here live throughout the morning and bring you updates for when this accident clears right here on 13 News. Reporting live in Putnam County, Lisa Robbins, 13 News, working for you.
Lisa, thanks. Now, new details on a cold case that got red hot Thursday. Authorities have arrested two suspects connected to murders of a mother and daughter in Lewis County in 1999. Joseph Metz and David Hughes are now in custody. And late Thursday afternoon, police picked up Steve Freeman. They are accused in the deaths of Mary Friend and Maxine Stolniker. They went missing. Police later found Friend's car, but never their bodies. Metz is the son of Mary Friend. He's Stolniker's grandson. Hughes is the former owner of a motel in the area. He's accused of conspiring with Metz and Steve Freeman to kidnap, rob, and murder the two women. The criminal complaint says the men took their possessions, including a purse, before killing them. Hughes said he ordered the murder because the purse contained a writing pad about illegal activity the trio was involved with, and they were afraid the women were going to go to the police.
And some 4 months ago, a member of his criminal investigation unit came in contact with me, and we started following some leads with respect to this case. So it's been a four and a half month investigation on our part, on top of the 14 years before us.
Investigators.
Again, all three suspects are now in custody.
And in other news this morning, the late Sheriff Eugene Crum now implicated in the growing political corruption scandal unfolding in Mingo County.
Federal prosecutors say Judge Michael Thornsberry, Prosecutor Michael Sparks, and County Commissioner David Baisden conspired with Crum to stop a confidential informant from feeding the FBI information about his drug deals with the sheriff. As we've been reporting, Thornsberry and Baisden were already under federal investigation, and Sparks took himself off their cases Wednesday. The federal charges extend far beyond Thornsberry, who was charged last month. They cover a group of high-profile politicians. A man named George White sold signs to several political candidates, including Eugene Crum.
Instead of paying White $3,000, he arranged to have White arrested. Prosecutors say Crum took more than signs from White. Allegedly, he got oxycodone pills there as well. When Crum learned White hired a lawyer, Crum apparently enlisted the help of other officials. Prosecutors say that crew included Sparks, Baisden, and Thornsberry. They allegedly told White that if he hired a lawyer who they chose, they'd give him a sweet plea deal. We caught up with county leaders who expressed a combination of shock and sadness.
I'm just absolutely dumbfounded by these documents. I've never known Eugene Crum to be a user of pharmaceutical medications.
Smith was informed that his co-commissioner Baisden will be asked to step down before his plea hearing. When that happens, the commission will accept applications for a new commissioner.
We also talked with U.S. Attorney Booth Goodwin about the ongoing alleged corruption in Mingo County. This is something that's been a problem in the past, and Goodwin says the only people that can fix the problem are the people who live in that area.
Ultimately is up to the people. If they want matters to change, they elect their office holders, and they should not despair. They should get involved.
And we are working to keep you updated on the very latest out of Mingo County. We're working with our partners at the State Journal for comprehensive coverage, insight, and reaction. You'll find expanded reports at statejournal.com, and you can also get updates at WOWKTV.com.
Time is now 6:05, and in the weather department this morning, we want you to remember that it is Friday when you hear this forecast.
Here's Bryan.
You're prepping them for the worst, aren't you? Well, at least it's not snow. That's a good thing. It's just rain that we're going to be dealing with heading into our weekend. Storm Tracker 13 HD Dual Live Doppler Radar. We are centered over portions of Clay and Nicholas counties, and you can see we've got showers, some good heavy showers moving through portions of these areas. Back down to Summersville and Poe, Clendenin, Wallback as well. When we take just a wider step out, you can see those showers continue from northwest to southeast, and all across the area we're pretty much in good shape for the rest of us. It's just that line of shower activity that stretches from near Marietta, Parkersburg, all the way back down to Lewisburg this morning. Temperatures warm to, if not mild, 68 in Huntington, 66 in Charleston, 64 in Point Pleasant, and we've got some patchy fog out there. We'll make it to 82 with a few showers and some sunshine, more than yesterday. Friday night football looks to be pretty good, maybe a shower or two at the end of the games, but we'll also talk about what's happening with this weekend. Saturday is a hot mess. Details in minutes.
It's a rough night in the Windy City. Chicago police say 12 people, including a 3-year-old, were injured when someone opened fire on people in a park on the city's southwest side.
Officials say the child was in critical condition. 2 other victims are also in critical condition. The others were reported in serious to fair condition. One witness told the Chicago Sun-Times men fired at him from a gray sedan before turning toward the park, then firing at people in the area. No one is in custody right now. And the Obama administration plans to introduce tough new requirements today for coal-fired power plants. The new coal-fired power plants would require installing new technology that captures carbon dioxide and buries it underground. Coal producers say the technology is prohibitively expensive. Coal producers have been losing market share to natural gas, but still provide 40% of all U.S. electricity.
Now to the latest on the trial of Amanda and Michael York. They are facing murder charges in the deaths of 3 people in Webster County. Testimony continued Thursday in Braxton County. The case was moved because officials could not seat a jury in Webster County.
One of the 2 Ohio high school football players convicted this year of raping a 16-year-old West Virginia girl is appealing his sex offender classification now. A judge gave 17-year-old Malik Richmond the state's 2nd toughest classification, meaning he has to register as a sex offender every 6 months for 20 years. Richmond's name won't be included on publicly accessible websites, and he can request to have the classification removed later.
A Barboursville business caught fire Thursday. The 15,000 square foot garage at Guyan International went up in flames just before noon. No injuries have been reported. That building is a total loss because the roof collapsed.
People came together in Huntington to raise awareness about feeding the hungry. The Huntington Area Food Bank celebrated its 30th anniversary of helping those in need with a Hunger Awareness Night. Workers decorated the warehouse with lights, candles, and tablecloths, inviting the public for an open house, complete with free food, drinks, and snacks. Organizers say they want to get the message out that they will continue to help feeding the hungry in our area.
We've revamped everything from the ground up to the bylaws, policies, procedures, board members. I mean, we've got a whole new food bank, and we're really excited about the work that's going on.
The food bank continues to work with their national partner, Feeding America.
Folks relying on food stamps could see a hefty blow to their pocketbooks. Congress is reviewing a series of bills that could cut the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, by as much as $40 billion over the next 10 years. 1 in 5 West Virginians rely on food stamps. Local food pantries say they are already bracing for a greater demand for canned foods.
Each visit, they will take away about 20 items per person. And a family can range from 2 people in size to, we had one family of 11, some with 7. So they will be needing more food each visit.
Up to 6 million people are expected to be affected if the cuts are passed.
The time is now 6:10 here on 13 News this morning. We have more to come, including meteorologist Bryan Hughes, who is back with your Storm Checker 13 forecast.
And one high school brings a harsh reality to life in the name of safety. Find out if education is the way to safer roads. You're watching 13 News this morning.